The Broncos look to fire back with a little movement across the ice, and a shot from the top of the circle ties it up at 1.
I don't think anybody could have anticipated a shot or a goal like that from Western, especially.
With a 9-5 lead over the Timberwolves, the Chippewas play the puck up ice. Dalton Sutherland gets a hold of it, comes up the right side, and goes top shelf for CMU.
I made the comment that was finally the first.
In Game 2, Chippewas with a 3-point lead. Dylan Billings takes a shot. Broncos goaltender with a great save, but Jake Schott follows it up to score his first goal of his college career.
And we've been waiting for this for so long from Schott.
Now with a 7-0 lead, Brennan Martin gets the puck on his stick. Martin weaves through the Broncos defenseman and puts one in the back of the net.
He's playing defense on the season, but he plays like a forward.
In Game 1 of the series, just 18 seconds after the Chippewas score their first goal of the game, Miami drives the puck up toward the front of the net, and number 9, Will Foster, scores to tie it up at 1.
It's a sneaky goal there from the Red Hawks.
This week, it's all about D3, who is currently riding out an 18-game winning streak. We'll recap their series against Northwood, as well as preview their upcoming matchup against Calvin. This is Inside Chippewa Club Hockey. Welcome to this week's web-exclusive edition of Inside Chippewa Hockey. Today we're going to take a look at last weekend's D3 games against Miami University, D2's first win in the books against Northwestern, and women's games against Adrian. This is Inside Chippewa Hockey. I'm Lyndsey Lewis here with Trevor Whitehead. Trevor is usually a goaltender, but today he's playing up. How does that feel, Trevor? Even with a record of 0-16, the Knights haven't had too many terrible losses. Besides MSU, they came up close in most of their games. Do you think the record is indicative of who they are? Today is President's Day, a holiday celebrated to honor all of our past presidents and their accomplishments. We asked the D3 team who would be the next president if it were up to them, and here's what they had to say. Welcome back to Inside Chippewa Hockey. Joining me at the desk to talk D2 is DJ Palm, who was on call last weekend against Washtenaw. DJ, let's dive right into the highlights. What does playing teams like this toward the end of the season, how do you think that will affect you going into regionals and playoffs? With such high-scoring games, we've seen a lot of great performances from different players. We had 4 goals from Nate Elgeier, we had 5 goals from Nick Wink, we had Colin Smith in the net for the first time ever. Sean, who is our player of the weekend? So you came into the series with 16 wins and they came in with 16 losses. How was your mindset going into this series? We did see a lot of great play last weekend. Dalton Sutherland is nearing 100 points. Nate Elgeier got a natural hat trick on way to a 4-goal game, and Riley Morgan stopped 24 shots on net in the first game of the series. That being said, Nathan Elgeier really stood out to me this past weekend. He came out in the second game with 3 goals in a row. Last weekend we were just talking about how he took one for the team by stepping down to third line, and now we see him again on first line. So what do you think fueled this performance by him this weekend? I'm Lyndsey Lewis. I'm here with Dalton Sutherland. Dalton was able to complete 100 points yesterday. This week we are going to be switching things up a bit and have you, the fans, vote on who you think will be the player of the weekend. Sean and I each have our own picks, and collectively the CHN crew has come together to come up with their pick of the weekend. This weekend, I'm going with Nick Wink. You know what, last weekend he had 5 goals, and I think he's on a roll. I think that I can definitely place my bet on him for the player of the weekend next week. Central Michigan took care of Augustana yesterday in our season opener with hat tricks by Dalton Sutherland and Ryan Tyre. They finished the game with an 11-1 victory with thanks to 6 goals in the first period. The Chippewas will face Augustana again today at Ice Arena. Puck drop is at 2:30 and our broadcast will begin at 2:20. The Central Michigan D3 team is currently riding out a 19-game winning streak after defeating the Calvin College Knights last night 8-1. Dalton Sutherland was able to complete 100 points. Tonight we will see the Calvin College Knights again here at Ice Arena at 7:30. Our live coverage will begin at 7:10. Fire up, Chips. Shane Lindquist never thought he would call himself a survivor.
You don't really expect that, I was 19, so I was as a 19-year-old.
Soon after winning an Army Award and finishing a great season on the D2 team, he believed he was at the peak of his physical health when things started to feel off.
In February, I competed in this competition for my Army Reserve unit, the Best Warrior competition, and I just remember I was in front of the board on for one of the events, and I was being asked questions. And I just remember looking to my left, everyone I'd look left at, I'd see 2 of them, and I was like, this is just weird, it's not getting better, something's wrong.
With things only getting worse, Lindquist visited an eye doctor thinking he may have had some muscle damage or took a hit too hard to the head. Playing it safe, the eye doctor referred him for an MRI. The following day, he got a phone call that no 19-year-old would ever expect to receive. They had found a brain tumor.
okay, what does that mean? Like, is it cancerous? And like, I just remember him saying like, yeah, it's cancerous. And I was like, oh my God, like, how do I react to this?
A long, strenuous summer lay ahead.
It's weird to like think about how my summer was. I mean, I didn't do anything all summer. I laid around and it was chemo, and then recover, and then do it again.
A side effect he hoped he could escape made reality set in.
And I remember like the day I was showering and I just was like, what's on my face? And it was hair, and I was like, oh, this is it. I'm officially a stereotypical cancer patient. And that's when like it really hit me, honestly, was just losing the hair.
He tried to fight it.
I tried to like fight it for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. Like I was like, I'm not shaving my head yet, not shaving it yet. I'm just gonna like, just not gonna wash it or something, I don't know. And eventually I just got so tired of it and I submitted to it, and my mom shaved it off.
During these dark times, he found light in the people that surrounded him.
The same day, my best friend Matt came over and he said, I'm shaving my head too. So he went out on the back deck, my mom shaved his head, then my brother went out and got his head shaved too. And it really meant a lot, it really did.
The thought of returning to what he loved kept him pushing forward.
Just looking to like now, honestly. I just wanted to get to now.
An optimistic viewpoint and a lot of laughs made it easier to cope.
Yeah, I questioned it, like why me? Why did I get cancer? But honestly, at the end of the day, I was just like, oh well, who cares? I'm gonna get over it. I'll get back to where I was. It's a minor setback, and now it's a cool story to tell.
More people than he could ever imagine came together to show their support.
You don't really realize how many people are there. They care about you, that watch over you, watch what you're doing. It's humbling to know how many people are like there to support you when you need it. I appreciate it.
2 groups in particular.
I'm so lucky, like the friends I have, honestly, on hockey, RLTC. They've been there for me every step of the way.
Lindquist is back and striving to be better on the ice and at ROTC than he was before he got diagnosed.
This is like a challenge now. I get to experiment to like figure out how to get myself back to where I was. I get to find new routes.
For now, his goal is to play 1 game all the way through. No mistakes, no moments where he needs to take a shift off because he feels tired. One thing that is guaranteed, though, is that he has fans everywhere who will be cheering him on every step of the way. I'm Lindsay Lewis for Chippewa Hockey Network.